Good day, students. You are welcome to Mathematics online class. I am your mathematics teacher, Mr. Adewale Kayode. Today, we are going to continue on log reading. So today, we're going to work on powers and roots. But by the end of this class, students at home should be able to use logarithm table to perform calculation involving numbers less than 1 and greater than 1. 2. Use logarithm table to perform calculation involving numbers less than 1 and greater than 1 for powers. 3. Use logarithm table to perform calculation involving numbers less than 1 and greater than 1 for roots. Like I told you, we are going to continue on powers and roots. In our previous class, we talked about multiplication and division. So in this edition, we are going to work on powers and roots. Those are the stated objectives. As you can see, on this video, we decided to put the logarithm table on it because of complaints we are getting. Some students who are complaining they don't have 4-figure table. So we put 4-figure table here on this video. So if you want to work on anything and you need logarithm table and anti-logarithm table, is available on this video. So for this, the first one is on 10 to 54. So just pause and use the logarithm if you want to make use of it. The second page is on 55 to 99. And the third page is talking about anti-logarithm. We started from 0.00 and it stopped at 0.49. And the fourth page is talking about 0.50 to 0.99. So those are the tables for logarithm and anti-logarithm. So for students' use, if you want to use it, just pause the video and check whatever you want to check there. So let's continue now. Power. Like I told you, there are 4 major calculations under logarithm. And the first one is multiplication. The second one is division. The third one is power. And the fourth one is roots. But in our previous class, we have talked about multiplication and division. But for today, we are going to work on powers. We said to raise a number to power n, you multiply the logarithm of such number by the power n. That's the first point there under power. The second point is that if a number is raised to power 2, that means you are going to multiply the result of that logarithm by 2. The third point, if a number is raised to power 3, you are going to multiply the result you got from that logarithm by 3, and so on and so forth. So if you have that is the pattern. So by standard, if it is raised to power of n, that means you find the logarithm of that number and multiply it by n. Like I said here, if it is 3, you multiply, after getting the result, you multiply it by 3. And after that, you now find the anti-logarithm of the result. Let's see an example of what we are talking about. Example. On this example, we are asked to evaluate 24.7 raised to power of 2. In explanation to this now, let's see this. Let's try to see this. Under this, we said, you can see that 24.7 is raised to power 2. And that means you are going to look for the logarithm of 24.7 and multiply the result by 2. And after that, you find the what? The logarithm. Now, here is the explanation. You put the number on the left-hand side and you put the logarithm on the right-hand side. The number there is 24.7. When you check the anti-logarithm now, the characteristics of the whole number, which is 24, is 1. And when you check 24 under 7, you get 3927. And like I said, The second step is to multiply whatever power you have on it with, you multiply the whatever you have on it with what? With that power. And like this now, when you look at it now, okay, we have 24.7 and it's raising to power of 2. We have got the result of 24.7, which gives us 1.392. When you multiply by 2, it's going to give us what? It will give us 2.7854. Now, with that now, we can now check the antilogarithm. And that means when you want to check the antilogarithm, you are checking the antilogarithm of 78 under 5 difference of 4. And when you check that, it's going to give us 6101. Now, to place the decimal point now, the characteristics is what? The characteristics is 2. When you add 1 to 2, it's going to give us 3. So that means we are going to place our decimal point to get our final answer at the back of the third figure, which is 0. So therefore, when you evaluate 24.7 raised to power of 2, it's going to give us 610.1. That is the first example there. So let's check the second example. The second example on power, we are asked to evaluate 3.55 raised to power of 4. The number we are to evaluate there is 3.554. That is 3.554 is raised to power of 4. And you look for the what? The logarithm of, that is what? That is 3.55. And multiply the result by what? By 4. So let's follow the table now. When you check the number is 3.55. When you check the logarithm of 35 under 5, it's going to give us 5502. Isn't it? Okay, good, from your logarithm table. Now, with this now, you want to multiply the what? The logarithm of 0.5502 multiplied by 4. And that will give us what? That will give us 2.2008. Let's check the antilogarithm now. When you check the antilogarithm of this now, that means the antilogarithm of, we are looking for antilogarithm of 20 under 0, difference of 8. And it's going to give us 1588. If it gives us 1588, where do we place the decimal point? We place the decimal point because our characteristic here is what? Our characteristic is 2. If our characteristic is 2, you add 1 to 2, and that will give us 3. That means we are going to put our decimal point at the back of the third figure, which is at the back of what? The first figure there is what? 1. The second one, 5. The third one, 8. And the last figure there, that's what? Which is the third figure there, which is 8. You put the decimal point here. So therefore, when you evaluate 3.55 raised to power of 4, the answer will give you 158.8. So that is that on what? That is that on power. So let's see this now. Let's try this. Let us try this one. Let us try this. Let's try evaluate 9.21 raised to power of 4. And number 2, evaluate 82.5 raised to power of 2. Number 3, 572 raised to power of 3. So I'm going to leave you with this, and when you are done with this, just send it to my email, Adewale Kayode onlineclass@gmail.com, or you send it to my WhatsApp 08050443437. So let's go on break now, and when we come back, we'll do correction to the classwork. You are welcome back. Good. I hope now you are through with your classwork, and you have sent those classwork to the email, that's Adewale Kayode onlineclass@gmail.com. So let's move to the next subtopic, which is roots. Roots is basically, I decided to divide the roots into two different parts, because when you look at our objective, we said we have the number that is greater than 1, and we have those numbers that are lesser than 1. So we are going to deal with the roots of those numbers that are greater than 1 first. So what are the process to find the root of those numbers that are greater than 1? The first thing is to find the roots of a number. To find, for instance now, we said to find the square root of a number. it means you are going to do what? You are going to find the logarithm of that value and divide the result by 2. Why? Because it's in what? It's root. And when you express from our law of indices class, when a root can be expressed as x raised to power of 1 over 2, and the power which is 2 there is what make it to be what? That is what? That is square root. That is when it is raised to power of 1 over 2. So you are going to divide the logarithm by 2. To find the cube root of a number, if a number is given in a cube root, you find the logarithm of that number and divide the logarithm by 3. If it is fourth root, you find the logarithm and divide it by 4. If it's fifth root, you find the logarithm and divide it by 5. So generally now, when finding the nth root of any number, its logarithm is being divided by the what? By that what? By n. That is the nth root of that value is what you are going to divide the what? Your answer with. And thereafter, you find the antilogarithm of the what? Of the result. Let's see an example. Let's see an example. Example. Root of a number that is greater than 1 now. Example 1. We are asked to evaluate square root of 467.5. To evaluate the square root of 467.5, we are going to find the square root of 467.5. That is, you check the logarithm of 467.5, and whatever you get, you divide your result by what? By 2. And after that, you find the antilogarithm. Let's check the example now, the working example now. Number on what? On the left hand side, logarithm on the right hand side. Let's see the process. We are looking at from logarithm table, we are checking what? We are checking 46 under 7 difference of 5, and that will give us 6698. And like as you know, the characteristics of 467.5 is what? Is 2, because the number is in what? Is in 100. Now, the square root now. How do we get the square root? Yes, good. That shows we are going to divide the result that you got divided by what? By 2. So the result that we get, that is what? What is the result we got from that side? The result is this, which is 2.6698. When you divide 2.6698 by 2, it's going to give us what? It will give us 1.3349, because when you divide 2 divided by 2, that will give us 1. 2 divided by 6, that is 2, 3. 2 divided by 6, that is 3. 2 divided by 9, good. That will give us what? 4. It will remain 1. When you take that one to that before 8, that will give us 18. 2 divided by 18, that will give us 9. So when you divide 2 with that now, it's going to give us 1.339. Now, let's find this now. That means what are we looking for? We are going to check 33 under 4 difference of 9 from antilogarithm table. And when you check that, it's going to give us 21. It will give us 2162. Isn't it? Okay, where do we place the decimal point now? Good. You check the characteristics. The characteristics is 1. When you add 1 to 1, that will give us 2. That means you are placing your decimal point after the second figure. The first figure there is 2. The second figure is 1. That means you place it after 2. So your answer will be what? 21.67. That is, evaluate square root of 467.5 will give us 21.62. Good. Let's see the second example. Another example. We are asked to find the fifth root of 40,000. The fifth root of 40,000. To find the fifth root of 40,000, that means we are going to check from logarithm table. We are going to check 4,000 from logarithm table. When you check it, you are going to multiply, you are going to divide the result by 5, because we are dealing with root. And after that, you find the what? Antilogarithm of the result. Okay? You divide your table. The number is what? Is 40,000. What is the characteristic of 40,000? Good. 4. Okay? So, what are we checking from logarithm table? We are checking what? 40 under 0. and 40 under 0 from your long reading table will give you 6021. When you put it as a matrix at the back of your characteristics, the logarithm of 40,000 now will give us what? 4.6021. Now, fifth root of 40,000. Good. You are going to divide it by what? By 5. So let's divide it by 5. 5 divided by 4, that is 0. When you take that 4 to 46 to 6, that will give us 46. 5 divided by 46, that will give us 9. Okay? 9. It will remain what? Oh, good. It will remain 0 when it comes to that place. So the result, when you divide 5 divided by 4.6021, is going to give us 0.9204. 0.9204. Let's follow the same process. What are you checking now? Good. You are checking anti-what? Anti-logarithm of what? Of 92 under 0, difference of 4. Let's check that from anti-logarithm table. Good. What is that going to give us? Good. It will give us 8, 3, 2, 6. Good. What is the next thing? Good. To place the decimal point. Where do we place the decimal point? Oh, good. We are going to check the characteristics. The characteristics here is 0, Abi. When you add 1 to 0, that will give us what? 1. So where are we putting our decimal point? Good. After the first figure. And the first figure there is what? Is 8. Put your decimal point there. So therefore, the fifth what? The fifth root of 40,000 will give us 8.326. Good. So that is that about what? About the root of a number that is greater than 1. Let us try this now. Let us try this. Let us try this. Evaluate the following. Rounding off each answer to 3 significant figures. The first question there is square root of 62.1. The second question there is fifth root of 93.6. And the third question there is cube root of 1630. You are going to answer this and send it to my email, Adewale Kayode online class @gmail.com, or you send it to my WhatsApp 08050443437. Thank you. God bless you.